crafty friends, it's Marie from Marie's Vermont Creations, bringing you today a 3x3 birthday card for April, and this is using the Perpetual Birthday Calendar. I'm going to use the dots here because they reminded me of what rain would look like, and here in Vermont, as they say, April showers bring May flowers, so we're hoping with all the rain that it's doing we will get some beautiful grass and flowers pretty soon. So let me show you how I did this card. So it's a 3x3 card, so 3x6, scored at 3 and folded in half, and then 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. That's the portion that we're going to stamp on. So we're going to stamp the dots, and we're going to use the soft sky ink, and you're just going to randomly stamp all the way around the 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 sheet of cardstock. Alright, so that looks like raindrops. So then what I did is going to use some Versamark ink, and I am going to stamp the happy birthday sentiment used from the Teeny Tiny Wishes stamp set. Onto just a scrap piece of white paper. So Versamark, this is the lid. This is mine. It's ugly and gross, but it still works great. So it's kind of sticky ink so that you can get embossing powder to stick to it. So this I'm going to cover with silver embossing powder. And you just pour it on and then tap it off. Remove any excess. I'm going to set that aside and dump that back in the container before I have it everywhere. And I'm going to keep that because we're going to use it, because I'm going to use some white embossing powder in just a minute. So I'm going to set this aside just because I might as well heat all at once. And I've got a piece of scrap soft sky, and we're going to stamp using the Petite Petals stamp set. I'm going to use this image here, and I'm going to do that, excuse me, and then cover that with white embossing powder. So I'm going to do 2 of those flowers, and again we're going to stamp those in the Versamark ink. All right. And then I'm going to take the white embossing powder and pour that over these images. And again, tap it off. I'm just going to grab a small paintbrush to wipe away. So as you see, I have some of it where I don't want that. When I heat it, I don't want that to be there. Even though I may likely punch it out with the punch, I don't want to take the chance of having it in my way. Alright, so let me just put this back in the container. One thing about this embossing powder, it lasts a really long time. Alright, so I'm going to get my heat tool and heat up my flowers and my words and get those set. I don't know if you can see it, but it'll change from like a matte finish to shiny. Okay, so the sentiment I'm going to punch out with the word window punch, which is this one here. Give that a punch, and then what I do is adhere it down to the next piece I want to punch out, which is going to be this soft sky paper. So I put it down and then take the modern label punch and punch around it. It just makes it easier to get it in the center instead of doing it first and then trying to do it. So then I'm going to take the Petite Petals punch, excuse me, and punch out my 2 flowers. And then I've pre-punched from the Itty Bitty Accents punch pack the 3 of the flowers in Whisper White cardstock. So now we're just going to adhere the card together. So I take the base, and then I'm going to take the stamped image with the dots, and I'm going to put dimensionals in the corners of those. And one in the middle, just so it doesn't sink. Take off the backs. And line it up there. And then I'm going to take a dimensional for behind each flower. And randomly place those. And let's see if I have enough glue dots. So using glue dots on the back of each flower, as you can see, it's time for another set of glue dots. And then in the center of each of the white flowers, I'm going to place a rhinestone. And then put some adhesive on the back of the sentiment, and what I did was I tucked it underneath this little cluster of flowers. And set it right there. So then you have a quick birthday card using the Perpetual Birthday Calendar. So my goal is to make a birthday card each month with this stamp set to see if I can be creative and come up with some new ideas, because you have quite a few design options in here. So I hope you liked today's project. You can hop on over to mariesvermontcreations.com for further directions or to order any of the supplies you see listed here. Hope you have a great day.